Hi, I'm Frank Ryan. I'm the state representative of the 101st District in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. This is our program on eliminating school property taxes. And this segment that we're going to discuss today is the impact of getting rid of property taxes on young working families and candidly working families in general. I'm going to combine a couple different issues, and while I'm talking about the impact of property taxes on working families, I really want to gear this to people like myself who are seniors. Probably one of the biggest comments that I heard in over 200 meetings that I've had on this issue of eliminating property taxes, and Ron Boltz and Jim Rodke, myself, Dean Klopp, and others who have been helping me in crafting the language for the bill. We've been hearing a concurrent theme and a regular theme from people that I'm a senior and I shouldn't have to pay school property taxes. My kids aren't in school. So I actually am discussing this impact on young working families and working families, so we get an idea that school property taxes impact everybody. And I'll finish up with a conclusion about why this is so important to eliminate the property taxes at the school level. So what I'd like to do is take a look at what's happening with young working families. When you look at someone who's working, and I use the term young meaning anybody who's younger than I am, which is 68, so that means pretty much everybody. What happens is their incomes are fixed as well. They can't go into their employer and say, by the way, my property taxes went up, so you have to increase my pay. And it's a major concern that we have in this entire system, is that our expenses are variable, but our incomes are fixed. And so one thing that we should be looking at as we examine this idea of getting rid of property taxes, that younger people who are still working are still dealing with a couple of issues that we didn't have to deal with if you're my age. Let me give you an example. The cost of going to college, if you went to college, when I was in school, was a mere fraction of what it was today. People say, well, it's inflation. It's well more than that. What do I mean by that? When I went to college, it was a total cost of about $5,000, and my starting salary was $12,000. So I had a fairly good ratio and ease of paying it back. I also went into the Marine Corps right away. I see students in the district that I represent that are paying $30,000, $40,000 per year in tuition and fees. And when they graduate, they're hoping to make $25,000 to $50,000 depending upon what they do as a career. Many of them will be saddled with student loan debt for decades. So as we examine that, we have to realize the relative value and cost of college education and higher education has gone up significantly. Additionally, when I was a younger worker, my employer typically paid all of our healthcare costs, and I had very little to deal with. I might have to pay a small deductible of $100, might have a very little copay. Even if they didn't and I had to pay for my own coverage, it might be a couple $100. That's not that way now. Healthcare costs for younger people have exploded. They're barely able to keep up. Additionally, if you have a younger child, daycare when I was younger was unbelievably reasonably expensive, even on a relative value basis. What do I mean by that? Inflation adjusted. I'm a CPA, it's a term that I deal with on a regular basis, but without boring you in details, if your pay has gone up much more than your expenses, then on a relative basis, you're better off. If your expenses have gone up significantly faster than your income, then you're worse off. So in the case of daycare, it's not uncommon for one child to cost someone $15,000 to $20,000 a year in a daycare facility. If you have some degree of state assistance, you're able to mitigate some of that expense, but not always. Food costs. I do most of the food shopping in the Ryan household. And it kind of an interesting issue when I buy the cereal. Cereal prices kept going up and up and up and up, so much so that I saw there was a little advertisement from our bank in the food cereal aisle of the grocery store that basically asked if I want to get a home equity line of credit to help pay for the cereal. I'm obviously being a little facetious, but food prices have gone up significantly. So ladies and gentlemen, what I would encourage all of us to look at as we look at this school property tax, any bill that would shift 100% of the tax from seniors to working families will not succeed, and it has not succeeded for over 20 years. I did a piece on the impact of property taxes on seniors. This is an impact of property taxes on young working families. I'd encourage you to look at both of them simultaneously because this is one of the primary reasons we've lost co-sponsors on House Bill 76 and other similar bills in the past. The property tax elimination bill that I'm crafting with the help of so many other good citizens who have been providing feedback and the other over 200 meetings that I've had on the issue so far is designed to accommodate those very concerns. So please keep in mind that the impact of the concerns of school property taxes are equally significant for working families as they are for senior citizens. Any bill that favors one over the other will not pass. So the bill that we're going to do is going to craft a solution that provides a significant benefit at all with some reasonable cost borne by everyone. The most important issue that I can leave you with is this. In any school property tax elimination bill, all that is happening is that we are shifting from the fixed expense of property taxes and going to a variable funding with income taxes and sales taxes and the like. So ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. If you want to get rid of property taxes, let's do that, and let's look and be empathetic to the needs of all the constituents that are having to deal with the consequences of any property tax elimination bill, which we are going to try to deliver to you very shortly. Thank you so much for your time today. And again, I'm Frank Ryan. If you have any questions, contact me at repfrankryan.com or fryan@pahousegop.com. Thanks again.